Alright, first off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Makakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word now, sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the helps, the hopeful elect. Shalom. This is the brother Irawam from the James Jamaica camp, coming to another quick lesson. More of an exaltation to you brothers, and while coming from camp, something spiritual happened that I just thought would be exhorting, to the brothers. So, just gonna make it real short. So I actually, after coming from camp, Shamar, the brother Shamar usually, drops us home, right? Me and the brother Yawala, we live pretty much in the same area, or even the same. I'd probably say the same. I will say same yard, right? Different houses in the same area, right? And Yawala wasn't actually wasn't going home at the time, so we had to drop him off somewhere before we got home. And I was actually, trying to catch the grocery store and to get some water before actually going home. The traffic was heavy. So after we dropped Yahweh at home, and I realized the time and the traffic, and we're having nightly curfews out here in Jamaica. So I was watching the time, wondering if we could catch the store. I was saying to myself that maybe I should have left with another brother that was going similar way, the brother Ahmad. But I was saying that what, Yahweh Shai wanted it to go this way for a reason, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. So while they're going through the traffic, brother Shamar was saying that it seems a bit sticky, maybe we won't be able to make it, and what I'm going to do. So I'm saying that, to be honest, anything that happens, will happen. If the Lord wants us to actually get through, we will get through, right? At the end of the day, and these were my exact words, I said to him that, look, whatever the Lord will, that will come to pass, or that shall come to pass, right? That's what I said. Whatever the Lord will, that shall come to pass. That's what I said to him, right? And I was explaining to him, something that happened at work, last week, that I, pretty much got in trouble at work, corrective action based on a duty that I was performing, right? I actually didn't execute it as I was supposed to execute it, right? And it could have easily been resolved if I had I actually had the thought in the back of my mind, like something was saying that, look, you need clarification on this. But because I was doing the same thing over the last 2 weeks for a long, and no one said anything, I was like, maybe I'm overthinking it, or I should just go ahead. So I didn't follow my spirit, and in the end, I got a corrective action. So I was just explaining to the brother, look, even with that, I do feel that it's a case where it could have been where I shouldn't have gotten the corrective action, but at the same time I'm looking at it like I can see where I went wrong. So despite me feeling a way about this, I said to him that, look, it's the Lord that put me in that situation. There's something for me to learn from it, so I'm not gonna get all mad and bugged out about it, even though it feels unpleasant, because when we mess up, it doesn't feel good when you mess up. But even though I feel some sort of way about messing up, I'm just gonna trust the process and trust that there's something to learn from it, observe it, and just know that Yahweh Hashem Yahshai was teaching me something in that, and I should just learn from it and move forward, right? And the brother was saying that that's a good way to look at it, because as we expressed, everything is through Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. So we were coming up on a supermarket in the area. We decided to go, seeing that where we originally wanted to go was a bit further and it would take more time. So we went there, and when we got to the door, the person, when I got to the door first, right, and the person was saying that, look, we're closed, no water, no, we're not taking any more orders, or I'm not letting anyone in, sorry about that. Right, so I actually turned back, and the same time the brother was coming towards me and said, look, they're closed. So he actually went ahead and he tried to speak with the person at the door, and they said no. And I was like, look, don't worry about it. The Lord will pretty much I said that, look, the Lord didn't want it to go out that way, or it's whatever, maybe it's all for a reason. Just we're just gonna leave it, right? And based off the conversation that we were having in the car, it was like, yeah, you know what, right, just as we explained, leave it alone. And as we were walking away, right, and reached halfway from the door, you had this worker that was actually talking on his phone, and he saw us and he just stopped us like in the midst of our tracks. We didn't even see him. He just stopped us in our tracks and say, hey, is that what you wanted? Is that the only thing you want to do, just hold the water? And we said yes. And he was like, no, let me get you in, right? And we looked at each other at the same time, because the same thing that was going through our heads, right? And when we got to the door, the person was like, look, I'm not going to let them in. If it's a case that you really want to help them out, you will have to be the one to do it. And he just said, fine, right? And he said, look, give me the money and let me go ahead and do it. And gave him the money. He went in, and as he went inside, me and the brother immediately we started to praise Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, because they said, look, it's the same thing that we were talking about in the car, about, I actually quoted this precept of not making haste. Is it me or the brother? One of us quoted this precept. I think it was the brother that said that, make not haste in the time of trouble, right? And we were like, look, the Lord actually just sent someone out of the door after we said that, we're just going to trust the process. Maybe the Lord doesn't want us to actually get it today or whatever. We're just going to work with it. The Lord had it go this way for whatever reason. And look how the Lord has, delivered us in a way, or delivered me in a way where, wasn't really even expecting that, right? Because as I said, that we didn't even see him, right? And we got he got the water, he brought it back, and we left. And while we were there waiting, the brother said something that was very, very true. He said that, look, anything short of that mindset or that spirit that we were discussing about, just waiting on the Lord and knowing that, look, whatever happened, don't get riled up about it, saying why me or why this or why that, but just trusting in that, look, the Lord is the one that's doing it. So just trust in the Lord and just leave it as is, and everything will work itself out how the Lord wants it to work out. Anything short of that in the days to come, and you're not gonna make it. Pretty much that was what he was saying, and I agreed. And we were just in amazement, of saying that, just look at that. The Lord, we like the last minute, we turned around to leave, and the guy just stopped us in the midst of our tracks. We didn't even see him, right? And I was, the thing about it is the water was the key thing that actually that I needed, more than even the food, because I explained the whole food thing and everything to him, and we were like, look, this is the main thing, and the Lord actually worked it out, as because we actually trust the process, and the same thing that we were discussing about, just leaving it to the Lord. All right, so let me just read this real quickly and close out. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 verse 1. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, meaning that we're going to be tried, we're going to be proven, right? Verse 2 says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. Just like with the traffic, like we were stuck in traffic, we're discussing it, say, look, just leave it to the Lord, right? It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state, right? Oh, Salakia, right, I missed this part. It says, cleave unto, second verse says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Exactly, we didn't actually make haste in the time of trouble. It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end, which pretty much what happened to us in this scenario, right? It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Exactly, the time caught up against us, we got told no. And even when I was going through the situation at work, even though I was at one point I was thinking about how some way it didn't have to go that far. When I started, when the Lord gave me the spirit and started changing my mindset to say, hey, remember that it's the Lord that put you in this situation in the first place, just see where you went wrong and just learn from it. My spirit actually calmed down, because the flesh was acting up, but after that, I started to calm down, that just trust in the Lord, just leave it as is, and everything just calmed down, right? It says, believe in him and he will help thee, order thy way aright and trust in him, right? It says, "Ye that fear Yahweh, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall." All right. So pretty much that sums up, all that we were discussing, and all that I that I expressed. Hopefully, this was exhorting to you, Akim, and remember, in the days to come, that's we're going to be in similar situations where, you know, at all times we're just going to have to trust, regardless of what direction or what situation we find ourselves in. We're just going to have to trust on the Lord and know that, look, whatever happens, the Lord will actually bring us through. All right. So that all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Makakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the brothers in highways and byways pushing this word now, sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the helps, the hopeful elect. Shalom.